All right, we are starting our little one shot today. Before we get to what I'm sure is the penultimate session next week of to see if they save Alexan or he fries them, as we shall see what occurs. And but they're taking a little bit of a break, doing a one shot put out by Dungeon in a Box called Druids of the Dark Spring, Companions of the Wild. So, our characters, and we just started as soon as everyone was done. I wanted to ask, of those 2 adventure hooks that I sent in Discord, everybody, which one did we want to do?
Is this meant to be per character, or is this something we should decide on as a group?
Probably as a group, I think.
Okay.
It's the main idea here.
Well, I want an incredible companion. That's my vote.
So you've heard of the legend of Sanctuary and its incredible companions.
I'm okay with that.
Yep. Fits what I have in mind. So, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So we begin with our group here who've heard of an incredible legend of a place called Sanctuary. It is said that long ago, a powerful nature spirit bestowed the gift of spectacular animal companions on a benevolent druidic circle. Though similar to common beasts or monsters, these wild companions possess a deep desire to connect with another entity. And this legend, mostly thought of as myth, has made its way to our 3 heroes who now journey deep along paths and woods in hopes of finding this mythic circle and getting lovable companions of their very own. So, moving through this forest, it eventually gives way to a grove, lush with spongy green grass and silver barked trees. A cliffside stream gurgles nearby, and the sound of a waterfall blends with the whispers of wind and leaves. And the peace shatters. From ahead, it comes a blast of magic and a menacing shriek. Entering a clearing, you discover a dwarf in well-worn armor atop a snowy owlbear, clad in purple barding. The pair squares off against 2 figures bristling with antlers, quills, and fangs. As you see this, what would you like to do?
Cast Mage Armor on myself.
Yeah. Quing.
I should probably change my name.
Yeah.
That way we all know who we're talking to.
Okay. Look here. Perfect. All right, so Mage Armor goes up. Anything before I roll for initiative here?
So is this kind of like a surprise round, maybe?
Not so much a surprise. I'm just kind of given, because I want to do attacks. I just kind of wanted to see everybody's thing. And so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and a second.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
Devin,
since
Riffer? That's it, Riffer?
Yep.
Okay.
As I said, why don't you roll for initiative then? And then as you take your turns, I'd like you to introduce your characters as part of your turn. Julie, you can definitely have mage armor up as part of your deal.
okay, and then I'll sort of lean over to Xanazar and say, "Should we help him?"
I've never seen those. They look dangerous, though. Maybe.
What do you think, Riffer?
Do I recognize what kind of creatures these are?
The ones that they're fighting these.
Yeah.
Let's see. What did you roll? Did you roll up a druid?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Okay. So, you look and you see these look like druids that have given themselves over to like feral or dark power. Like they're like corrupted.
Oh. Well, that answers a lot of my questions. Refer will respond to Kinley. I think we should help him out.
Okay, let's do this then.
Very good. All right. So everyone's initiative. All right. So in this, then you run to attack here. And as you do, the two will look upon you and your interference. The first one bearing nice pointed teeth along with their antlers. Quickly turn to, this is Riffer?
Yep.
Very good. As yeah, actually, what they're going to do is between you and them, you can. Okay, yeah. So, you see tiny spikes grow at your feet. And then you see those same spikes fill the space between you and the people you're trying to help.
Given that I have spike growth prepared, does
Yeah,
this
you
look like
definitely
spike
know what
growth?
this is.
Okay.
But again, so Dean, I'm going to describe what you see, but you can always go, that is a spike growth, that's fine. Yeah. But I'm not going to go, that guy's spike growth.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Kinley!
Okay. Just because this is a one shot and we're supposed to be having fun, I am going to cast Candy Blast at the two things with antlers
Yes! Let's go!
for a 21 to hit.
Well, very cool. So is that double target or is that just the one?
So it's a range of 60 feet, and on a hit, the target takes 1d8 bludgeoning damage, and the space it is standing in up to a 5-foot square becomes difficult terrain until a creature uses action to either gather the candy or, well, until the creature uses an action to gather the fallen candy.
Nice. All right, so candy comes everywhere. Many lollipops and peppermints and sour heads.
And it will take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Perfect. See here, and there's a little crack in the cheekbones. Like, ah!
And now he is in difficult terrain.
Perfect. You're staying there.
Okay. And That'll be my turn.
All right. Looking. Looking at you, Kinley, the second one throws their hand forward, and even on this bright sunny day, you see this pale light of the moon come down, surrounding you. And all right, when it appears, so I need a Constitution saving throw, Kinley.
Okay. $14.
14. The moonlight here. You do save, so it still burns for 1 radiant damage. Then we'll get to Riffer's turn.
So Riffer is he's a halfling, so you see it's very short. Probably thinner, but not like super pudgy in terms of the way that he's built. But he's a halfling, so he's short and a little bit stout. He's wearing probably sort of some leather chest armor with probably a forest green cloak pulled over his head. And as he looks down at his feet and sees these spikes appear, he's just going to say, well, 2 can play at that game. And he's going to look over at the other ones, the creatures that are attacking. That might hinder his ally, though. He doesn't know what that ally's going to do, so he's rethinking his plan. So midway through his thoughts, he's going to change his plan. And then is it centered on Riffer then? The center of the...
No, the spike growth is right like where your feet begin. Like right where it's in between you and them.
Okay.
I just went ahead and made sure that you are currently standing in it.
Okay. Okay. Well, he's going to do a little preparation work then. So from afar, he's going to cast Starry Wisp. For a 27 to hit.
Nice, that hits.
Oh, so I rolled crappy on the dice. For 4 radiant damage.
Ooh.
And the creature I hit emits dim light in a 10-foot radius and can't benefit from the invisible condition.
Okay, thanks.
Until the end of my next turn. So that's my action. Bonus action. I'm gonna my staff sort of glows and you see it sort of solidify and harden. And I'm gonna cast Shillelagh
Nice.
on my staff as a bonus action. I'm gonna stay right where I am because I don't want to take a bunch of damage from whatever this is.
Xanazar, introduce yourself.
So what you see is Xanazar is like a 7 foot tall orc, muscular, sort of got olive green skin, short hair. In his hands currently is a glaive. He also has an axe strapped to his back and some javelins. And what I'd like to do is I would like to rage.
Nice.
And as he rages, you'll see sort of like this translucent giant bear sort of stand like kind of around him, seep into him as he uses one of his wild heart abilities.
Ooh, Wyatt
which
Hart.
grants me resistance to everything but psychic damage.
There we go.
And then, how wide is this patch of spikes?
Yeah, so
Or you know what, Matt? Let me do this. I would like to try to jump over it if I can. That's really what you need to know, right?
yeah,
No, that's fine. I just didn't want to do that thing where it's like, so what is?
yeah, where we just kind of keep going until we get to like, oh, well, this is what I want to do.
Okay, well that
Okay.
won't work. So let me just.
Yeah, so from where you are, it is like 40 feet.
Well, that's too far to jump, Matt.
So what you could, so this, I would say, if you want to make an athletics check, you could try to grab the trees above you, and
Oh,
then
cool.
you could could probably give you, well, depending on how you gain your check, would determine your movement speed.
Okay, cool. And this is athletics check,
Yes.
which I think when I rage I have advantage on. New character. Who this?
You
Strength,
do.
you mentioned strength checks and strength saving throws. Cool.
Yes.
No go away thing. This thing. 21.
Very good. Then what's your movement speed?
40.
40. Okay. Leaping from tree branch to tree branch like an iron 7-foot gorilla, you are able to make it across and land on the other side of the spikes.
Okay. Was that my movement or my action?
That'd be movement.
Cool. And I would like to take my glaive and attack one of these creatures.
Very good.
So take his glaive, and I get 2 attacks, guys. I get 2 attacks. And it'll make a swing. It's 19 to hit,
That hits.
and so he is using both hands because this is a 2-handed weapon. That is 4 damage, and then we'll swing back across the other way.
Okay. I saw 7. Is there a reason why it's 4?
Sorry, I meant 7.
Okay.
It was 3 and 4, and apparently I saw the 4, and 4 was my final answer. Another 21 to hit.
Yes.
This time it's 8 damage. That's 2 4s.
Okay, with that, screaming, grabbing their wounds, you see the spikes disappear from the ground.
Maybe if I stop you, he'll let me ride his pretty owl bear.
All right, then the one right in front of you here will grab their staff here and strike. Ooh, only an 8. And
That
then
misses.
second for 16.
That hits.
Okay. That is 9 bludgeoning damage and 4 poison. That's the winds into your bloodstream. And we'll go to Kinley.
Okay, so since I didn't do it last time, what you see is a little gnome female, and in her hand is a crystal. And when she casts a spell, it looks like a clockwork mechanism. And so the one that Xanazar hit, she's going to Ray of Frost it. Not with a 1, though.
No.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay, are you staying in the moonbeam?
No. I will move 5 feet out of it.
Got it. All right, then the second one on their turn is going to go ahead and move the moonbeam right on top of you, Kinley, and then let it move over to Riffer, and then bring it all the way to Zen Azar, so that you all get to do the con save.
$19.
11.
Also 11.
Okay, so Kinley passes, but so Kinley, you would take 4 radiant. The other two, you would take 9 radiant damage. Very good. I know I haven't had anybody use Moonbeam correctly yet. Riffer.
Oh, that's me. Hi. New character. Forgot my name. Got it. Cool. So now that that's out of the way, these things are 30 feet, 40 feet away.
Yes.
40 feet. Okay. Cool. Well, can't get within reach of them, so that's fine. I will use my I will use my action to go ahead and they're both still up, yes?
Mhm.
Okay. Do. Yeah, I built myself mostly as a healer, but that's okay. Gonna run in that direction, follow 30 feet towards them. Since I can't get within reach of them, I will go ahead and try Starry Wisp again.
Hmm.
It's 19 to hit.
Hits.
That's a better roll. That's 9 radiant damage. And they are glowing with light.
Very good.
And I don't have anything else.
All right, Zenazar.
I'm going to hit the same one that I was hitting before. Take his glaive and swing it down. 18 to hit.
That hits.
11 damage. We'll twirl it around and swing it back.
Very good.
24 to hit.
That hits.
For 10 damage.
All right, how do you want to end this?
I think that the glaive kind of comes down and just slices through this creature person thing, and it just kind of falls to its side. That's one, right? One.
Yes, one's down.
And then he'll turn and look at the other one. Guess it's your turn next. And then on my turn.
Very cool. So let's see here. You can move if you want because technically you're standing in the moonbeam.
Oh right, I was the last person to get moonbeamed. Then yeah, I'd like to move out of it, and I have 40 feet of movement. So can I just move around them?
Yep.
Without leaving their threat.
Yeah. Well, actually, you would move towards them because you were away from them.
Okay, I'll move towards them. That's even better.
Very good. Then Kinley.
Okay, so I'm gonna firebolt him. Oh man. Well, I guess that works. A dirty 20.
Yes.
For 3 points of damage.
Very nice.
I rolled a
Ow!
1. I rolled a 1 and a 2 on the d10s.
Love it.
And that's my turn.
All right, then. The druid will take it and let the beam go to Xanazar, then Riffer, then Kinley for another set of con saves.
14.
10.
One better than last time. 12.
All right, well, Kinley saves, so just 6 radiant to Kinley and 13 to Riffer and Xanazar. Then Riffer.
Okay. Now I'm within reach. Riffer's gonna step up to this guy and flank with Xanazar, since they're now opposite each other. And try to hit him with his shillelagh.
Nice.
So 19 to hit.
That hits.
For 14 force damage.
Ooh, very good. So we get here. All right, they maintain their concentration.
And that is my turn.
Nice. Xanazar.
I don't like your burning light. And will swing away with his glaive. It's a natural 1.
With advantage. Because flanking.
Oh, right. Flanking. That's a great game. We love that game. 12.
That misses.
Yeah, it's a miss at least. I don't know if that makes it better, but it's not natural 1. That's all I can tell you. Second attack.
Yes.
Also flanking. 9.
All right. Very agile for a druid. Stepping out of the way. As we go up to Kinley.
Okay. I'm gonna firebolt him again
Here we go.
for a 9.
Yeah. You think you're gonna hit him, and then he dodges one of the glaives of Xanazar, and you both miss. As your bolt knocks Xanazar's glaive off of its path.
Sorry.
How does its light do that?
That's my turn.
All right. And then it's their turn. This is working kind of well for it thus far. It's going to rinse and repeat with this moonbeam as it rakes it over everyone again for con saves.
26.
13.
17.
Ooh, okay. So then we feel here is Riffer.
Oh.
So that will be 8 radiant for Riffer and 4 for Kinley and Zan. They growl, "You shouldn't get involved." And the halberd mounted dwarf takes a few hits as well, slicing their back. He goes, "Thank you." You can see he has been injured and looks like he's been running away from this person for quite a bit. And we'll go to Riffer.
Can I hit him with a shillelagh again?
Can you? That's the question.
Well, I have advantage. We'll see if I roll. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Yeah!
19 force damage.
You want to kill him?
Yeah, I think Riffer turns to the fellow that was running and you're welcome. And then just turns around and you watch his staff empowered with extra force just knock into this thing and its skull cracks and it falls to the ground.
Nice.
Good job, Riffer.
What happened to you?
They're
Used to you
breathing.
doing the most damage in the fight.
I think it was her burning light. I did not like that.
I didn't like that either.
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant, that's for sure.
I think it got in my eye. Do you see if there's any left in there?
Riffer will walk over and stare up at you from your knee.
I'll bend over. Can you see?
I don't see anything in there. I think you're good. But while he's standing nearby, Riffer will take the moment to do some healing and do some second. I don't know. Maybe I just do Aura Vitality. I took a lot of damage.
All right. As you this, you see the dwarf now being almost like thrown off of the owlbear as he closely approaches and puts their hand on it. And you can see there's these weird scars both on their hands and face. The owlbear and this dwarf. It's okay. It's okay, Flurry. They didn't get us. It's okay.
Are you okay?
They nod.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Kinley, by the way.
Kinley, I'm Alric. It's
Nice
good
to meet you.
This is yours, Flurry. Thank you. They were trying to destroy our connection.
Why?
It's a long story, but it's because they want to have one, and they didn't quite possess the character that would earn them one. So they tried to steal the magic that resides between me and Flurry here.
Well, that's just wrong. I'm glad we were able to help you.
Indeed. You look injured as well. Here, the village isn't far away. I can lead you there.
Okay.
And get you all some rest and much needed thanks. And he does so.
Xanazar, are you okay?
I don't see it.
You don't see what?
I'll get really close and whisper, I don't see the connection. There's nothing, there's no rope. How are they connected?
You can't see it.
It's invisible.
Yes,
How do you not trip over it?
because it's not a physical thing.
Oh.
Not
It's
like
a
a piece of
magical
rope.
thing.
Yes.
Okay. What is your village called?
Sanctuary. And you will be welcome there, especially when they learn of what you've done.
Oh, good.
And there's Flurry.
Aww.
So begins to lead you, and after some time, you can see the village is a little more than several simple thatched dwellings built against a grove of towering green leafed trees. The muted sounds of raging creatures, bleats from a reinforced pen. Townsfolk meander through the village, their faces forlorn and besieged by deep grief. As he begins to introduce you around, and those ones that you saved me from, they're known as the Circle of the Dark Spring.
That doesn't sound good at all.
They're led by their leader is called Amon. They've disrupted our way of life. They believe that only they should have these connections. And to achieve this, they've started to, take these connections away. And point you to the pen. And he goes, they were all companions once. Now, they're just squalls. You see that these different creatures inside are feral. They smash into the walls and roar with fury every few minutes, distressing villagers, some who look teary-eyed at them. He goes, I'm the last one with a bond. Thanks, all of you.
Is there something we can do to help them?
Looks and I mean, I guess there is, if you'd be willing to. You see, in 3 days, the new moon will rise. And the Jewel of Sanctuary, which they stole, will give them their power. They're aligned with the Circle of the Dark Spring, and the magic we have here will wither away. And the only way to track them would be if you had a companion. So I need you to track. If you'd be able to help us, we'd have you track them down and provide you. Much of the village's abilities to have companions has been totally stripped away. We would be able to grant such a thing to you if you would get the jewel and bring it back for us before the new moon.
Well, I suppose that's the plan then. Certainly not going to let that twisted excuse of druidism continue to exist. You said we need to have a bond to track them?
Yes. We
I have
need to summon
companions for that.
companions for you. What'd you say, Zenazai?
I have 2 companions. Will that work?
You need the mystical ones, the animals.
Oh,
At least one of you needs to do it, but all 3 of you would be welcome. Or desperate.
yeah, okay, I'll try.
Yeah, I'll try as well.
Me as well.
All right. So he takes you to a well and he says, grant us a bond. And the water begins to glow with warm energy. As he says, drink.
I drink from.
I will also drink from the well.
Something to refer to, and
Yeah.
as you do, the sights and sounds of the grove fall away. Thick clouds billow from the well, filling the area with cool mist. Deep within the clouds, shapes wink into being. Hulking figures lumber in a slow orbit around the well. The mist swirls, and these creatures step forward. And they begin to circle each of you. And they begin to bow their heads, and mist begins to swirl between the 2 of you. And you feel a bond trying to be formed. What's it look like as each of you accept this bond?
I think Zanzar will open his arms wide and bow low to the thing. And since they've kind of been described as animals, he'll pull like a piece of jerky out of his pocket and offer it.
Very good.
I think Riffer is I think he's probably just taking in the experience, very much present in the moment type thing, where he just willing the connection to be accepted as an expression of nature, based on his connection of nature, and he'll reach out to this companion, just slowly to let it come to him, and until it places its head in his palm, and then he'll start rubbing the animal as if it's a companion.
I think for Kinley, what you would see is her magic swirling around her, like little images of like clockwork animals, like birds and owls, horses, meeting the magic of the creature she's trying to bond with and let them kind of merge together. In that sense, is what you
Mhm.
would see.
And the cloud kind of moves down. Let's see. Then you find them slowly beginning to take a corporeal shape here. And that's actually where we're going to go ahead and take our little break. Then we'll go on back. Okie dokie. All right, so apologize. I don't know where. I thought I had these assets I can't find. All I was looking for. So I'm going to put in 2 of the companions that you can choose here, and I guess ultimately one of you can double up. Unfortunately, you can change probably the color of the one. We'll go forward here with our game. Put into handouts. Yeah. You can kind of decide what companion finds you.
Well, do you guys have a preference? I could go either way.
Doesn't matter to me either because I could go either way.
Okay, fine. I'm taking an owlbear.
Cool. I'll take a dragon.
I'll take an owlbear too.
Very nice. 2 owlbears and a dragon. Sorry, someone just confirmed. I'm not crazy. These were on the digital packet at one time. Sorry. So, yeah. All right. So, very cool. So, they come in and they begin to take these forms and nuzzle, and you can feel this mystical connection come up between the 2 of you, and you feel that link occur. Being able to sense their emotions and they're yours. You choose each other. Any particular reactions you want to share?
Kinley has a look of awe on her face. And she's reaching out, kind of like someone who's, I'm not sure how to explain it, but she just touches its cheek and looks at it in awe.
think Xanazar gets this childlike look on his face, and then he will raise up from the bow that he's been in this time during this time, and will still keep his arms open as if offering the creature a hug.
And then it kind of nuzzles into you hardcore.
Nice.
Good. And then there's just a little bit of clapping that kind of occurs as some have gathered around, and mixed with a little bit of sorrow overall. It seems having many of their companions taken away, but glad at what all of you seem to have now. So, with that, okay. So I was trying one last thing to see if I could find the other ones, and I can't. So, very annoyed. So currently, now you get to make yours a little bit individualized, as you can choose your companion's quirk and affinity. So I'm going to put both of these charts in here for you. And so I'm just going to talk as I'm doing this. There's things like adorable and brawny, runt, hyper curious, and also things like caustic, tundra blood, stormborn, and other things. So I'll put those out into here. All right, there we go. So you get one from each of those tables to make your companion yours. Give them a name because it's cute.
Nice, Devin.
I
Yes,
love
that is how I spent my break, guys.
So Matt, would these replace like the things that are already on this?
You get them
spot?
additionally.
Oh, okay. Oh wow. Okay. Pluses and minuses. Pluses and minuses. Any quirk jumping out at anybody?
I'm looking at Runt and Hyper Curious as my two for the quirk.
Indeed. This is really what we're here for. Stuck on character creation screen.
I think unless somebody stuck has their heart set on watchful, that's sort of what I was looking at.
Go for it.
I like the companion's intense paranoia imposes disadvantage on the roll.
Very nice. All right. So, Julie, do you have to select yours still?
Not yet.
I'm going to go with Cloud Dancer on the Affinity on this again. Somebody has their heart set on it.
I think I'll go with Adorable.
Also interesting.
I know.
I think I was going to go with Moon Touched unless somebody else wants it.
All right. Sounds like it's yours.
Cool.
All right, I think I'm going to go with hyper curious and shadow touched.
Nice. All right, then looks like everyone's got theirs.
Are these in D&D Beyond or no?
No, they're not.
Okay.
So I have to. Those here. So with that, we will continue. All right. So you got that. You got your affinity, and you got your quirk, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay. As this completes, see the raging scrawls kept in the nearby pen all become calm and docile, as though it's soothing their minds. And you hear a warm voice inside your heads. The difficult path becomes easier when walking with a friend. The bond is granted. Arik smiles as he starts telling you how to care and feed and train. And he'll instructs you to be sure to bond with your companions for the night. So you have telepathy and a heal ability. So as he makes sure he gives you a small leather pouch with some fatty companion treats. I'm going to give you your little equipment here. To over in the handouts. All right, so what?
Sorry, I was reading the last part of the silver flask. Sorry.
Okay. Right, and you have time during this to do a training and bonding activity with your companion that I'll give you the information on as well. And we're going to go ahead and give you your bond boon. Actually, I'll save the bond boon for a little bit here. But with that, Alric begins to give you instructions on how to use your companions to find the druids themselves here. So, this consists of times where you're training in bonding, trying to find everywhere. These have been taking you deep within the forest, trying to find these dark druids. Your companions are trying to search for other companions here to find the best that they can. And finally, find a place where lush forest gives way to barren valley. Dry scrub and brush crunching underfoot, and sun-bleached skeletons leer from patches of tall grass. Profane marks are jaggedly carved into the stone, dotting the area. As it seems like here, this place is guarded. Try to keep anyone from finding them. So this is that. We can get to the D&D maps here. I'm going to add your character to the area I've cleared.
By the way, Fluffy Beak.
Nice. Oop, there's Kinley. Fluffy Beak.
And I am Sherry.
As I snarl and go more unworthy. You find and search in vain. There we go. Oh, there we go. All right, we're going to go some quick auto initiatives to keep us moving here. And your companions can go upon your turn here as well. We know they do show up in our thing. So that's actually going to be Riffer gets to go first.
Cool. Okay. These are bad guys, then?
Yes.
Okay. Making sure I understand the situation. Cool.
Yes. We're like, combat? I just want my fluffy friend.
My friend is apparently somewhere hidden in the space, not on the map. So.
Oh, here we
Mine
go.
as well, probably.
I'll try to find these folks. Oh, my poor friends.
The pseudo dragon is that's my guy. Don't have a name yet. Cool. Okay, well, we're gonna.
Yeah, and he sees that these two with them seem to have these red, magical, like, glowy marks around their necks. As this druid seems to be taking the companion magic and using it to enslave these two spirit companions.
I don't like that. So what do I do? That's a great question. What do I do? Okay. And then do I have to command the companion or no?
I think they just go on your turn.
Okay. So no commands required. Got it. Cool. To keep things moving, I am going to focus my attention on the druid. And I'm going to try a Starry Wisp on the druid for a 26 to hit for a total of 9 radiant damage. That's my action. Bonus action, I'll prep myself by casting Shillelagh. And then I need to measure some distance. I definitely want to be a little closer than that. And then Pseudo Dragon Buddy is my dragon buddy is gonna dive into the ground, taking advantage of his earth-rooted abilities, and come over toward this guy. I probably can't attack because he probably had to use some vertical movement. So he probably is just hanging out underground underneath where the druid is. Where is the stat block? There's.
Tell me what you want to do.
Oh, actually, he can attack before he burrows.
There we go.
Cool. Didn't know that was a rage spell attack. I thought that was a different thing. Okay. Cool. Learning all the things.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fighting.
It's a D20 is 14 plus 4. 2d6 fire damage. So that's 9 fire damage.
Nice.
And
who are you doing this to? Sorry.
the druid.
Perfect.
And they need him to make a DC 12 Dex save.
Ooh. That is 8.
They are blinded until the end of their next turn.
All right.
And then my companion is just going to hang out more or less underneath him, but underground, so he can't be seen. And that's going to be my turn.
Very good. And what was the effect that they got because of that?
Blinded.
Blinded, thank you. All right. Then in this blinded state, they swing out at... Now, is the pseudo dragon actually over there?
It's underground.
They're underground. Okay, perfect. Now, I have an idea where you are. They blindly fire these black and red bolts of energy towards you, Riffer. So, disadvantage. It's going to be an 11.
That will miss.
And 10.
Also a miss.
So, unable to get a good beat on you. Then their companions will move forward. Let's see here. They can actually get right to this one. Gets to Riffer without doing an up, and then this one will come up right to Xanazar. So up to you, Riffer. They shriek as their beaks and claws come at you for a 15.
Yeah, that hits.
And then a 19.
Yep.
So that is 13 and then 8 for a total of 21 slashing damage. So the other crazed one comes to you, Xanazar. For 25 to hit. And 19. That gets Xanazar.
Yep.
So that's 15 slashing. And 7. And then Kinley.
Okay, so question before we continue. Did we get a long rest?
Yes.
Okay. And then, what am I gonna do? I think I am gonna do Toll the Dead on the bad guy.
Nice.
So I need a Wisdom 15 saving throw.
Got it. Wisdom 15 on this druid. For dirty 20.
Okay, then that succeeds. I guess he takes no damage then. So
Nice. Okay, anything else?
don't really have any bonus actions, so I guess we'll see what my companion can do. I think. Let's see, what's his movement speed? Um, 40. Okay. So I think my companion is going to move up to here and attack with his or her beak. Its beak.
Nice.
So plus 7. For a 9.
9 to hit.
Yep.
That misses, unfortunately.
Okay. Then I think that's my turn.
Very good. And from there, as your bear goes forward trying to do something, we got Xanazar. So was your snowy owlbear fighting the other one? Was that what's happening?
Oh, you know what? I wouldn't do that. Sorry, I wouldn't have done that. I would have had him go after the bad guy.
What?
But it was still a 7 to hit, or a 9.
Yeah, you're good. I'll just move in. Very cool. So Xanazar.
I would like to rage.
Nice.
Since I took all that damage, it hurt. Are there apparently other things I have to see when I rage? I have to make it active. Active rage. There we go. This time you'll see a translucent wolf shape, kind of like he's standing in the middle of this translucent wolf shape, and then that translucent energy will seep into him.
Yes.
And so I'm tapping into the primal power of the wolf, which my allies have advantage on attack rolls against any enemy of mine within any of yours within 5 feet of you. And then Nat, I would like to try to do non-lethal damage to the owlbear and just knock it out. I guess I'll use the butt end of my glaive to do bludgeoning damage. Is that possible?
Yeah, is Owlbear B the one that was trying to
Yep.
get you?
First attack. 18.
That hits.
10 bludgeoning damage.
Very good.
Second attack is a 13.
That will hit as well.
12 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
And then I don't think with a beak and a claw you can do bludgeoning. So I'm just going to have Fluffy Beak take the dodge action.
Okay. I like it. Then we'll get to Riffer.
Cool. It's problematic, but Riffer is going to use his bonus action. He really doesn't like this druid. So he's going to use his bonus action to Misty Step. Over to this druid. And he'll flank with the owlbear if that's. I don't know if he wants to flank with the owlbear. I think he wants to let Zanazar handle the other two and be out of their reach. So I think that's what he's going to do. It's not going to flank. And he'll attempt to shillelagh this bugger.
Yes.
For only a 12.
Oh, that just misses.
Okay. Cool. All right. So that's action, bonus action. I guess movement-wise, I can move past allies, right? So I could move over here theoretically. So that's what I'm going to do. And then Argum is going to come up and nip at his feet. Actually, he'll come up and nip at his feet from across so that he can take advantage of flanking. For is that a 9 plus? Oh, where's the modifier? I think it's +4, right? +6, so 15 to hit.
All right, let's go into the druid.
Yes.
Yeah, it hits.
Cool. So that's 1d6 plus 4. Okay, so that's 5 piercing damage, and I need a dex save.
Nice. They are beyond bloodied at this point. They take their dex. For 15.
Yeah, that will save. And Argum will dip back down underground.
Oh, we got it. As they're being hit, and they seem rather upset. This insanity. Are they still blinded from your attack there?
No, that ended at the end of their turn, which is why I didn't have advantage.
Perfect. So then their turn to you, Riffer. They raise this vine staff and strike for 10. For miss. And a nat 20.
Oh, ow. I was going to say welcome to the Bad Rolls Club, but never mind.
All right. So that's 12 bludgeoning damage
Okay.
and 3 poison.
Okay.
Very good. And controlling these two. They're just going to gang up on Zanazar, get some flanking. Which is what the barbarian likes. So we'll do the 4 here. So first is 25 to hit.
Yep.
Then a 24 to hit.
Yep.
And 26 to hit.
Yep.
And 25 to hit.
Yep.
All right. So I've got 18, then 11. So that's 29. Then 12. So it's 41. And then 16 for 57.
And I'm assuming that was either bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
Slashing damage. So the type of barbarian likes.
Yeah. So that is 28 damage. I actually take. Yeah, I'm looking pretty hurt, even though I only took 28 points of damage. But I'm still up.
Yeah, Kinley.
Alrighty. Let's see. I am going to Candy Blast, the owlbear at the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
For a 6 to hit.
You candy blast goes into the woods. Tick, 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 tick. Squirrels are very happy.
Yes, because it is edible. It's not harmful. And then my owlbear is going to try to claw the druid.
Let's go.
Okay, so for a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and what is the damage? 2d8 plus 5. Okay. So for 18 points of damage.
Ooh, very nice.
And that'll be slashing, so. And that'll be our turn.
All right. And then Xanazar.
Hmm. Okay, I am going to try bludgeoning damage when I've already been bludgeoning damaging. Hopefully it'll work. At least
All
get
right,
one
just
down.
beating down on them a little more.
I don't know how any of this works. 20 to hit.
That hits.
20 damage.
Ooh, very nice.
9.
9 does not hit.
Cool. Let's
But-
see.
It is bloodied from the bludgeoning.
Okay.
Right.
Um,
Mm.
and these are large, and our companions are medium. Can a medium creature try to grapple a large creature?
I think it can be up to one size larger, if I remember. So
Cool.
we're gonna go with that for now.
Okay, I'm gonna try and have Fluffy Beak try to grapple one of these owlbears that are beating me up.
Okay.
It's just a contested roll, right?
Oh.
Is it?
Yeah. It's not contested. What are you trying to do? Grapple? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
That's okay.
So this is going to be. Do you want the one you've been beating on or the other one?
The other one.
Okay, so this is Fluffy Beak doing it. So what's their strength mod?
Plus
They're
5.
gonna have to say what is this guy, so it'll be
Yeah.
It's not contested, but they basically make a save or a check. Yeah, they'll beat it with a 21.
Okay. That was its actions.
Got it.
Okay, yep, that's it.
Riffer.
All right. Can I have my companion go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will have my companion come up out of the ground and try to chomp on this guy again. Have him take advantage of flanking. For 16 plus 6 will be 22 to hit.
Nice.
Where's the thing? 1 d6 plus 4. Okay. Uh, 5 plus 4 is 9 piercing damage. And then dex save.
No, because how do you want to end him?
Oh, yeah, just nipping at his heels, and as Argam bites into his ankle, you see that his pants light on fire, and as he realizes, in a panic, that his pants are burning, he just kind of tips over and turns to ash because he gets burnt. And that gives me the tools to go help my my friend over there. Boy, do the other ones seem like they're still hostile now that he's down?
You can see that they're kind of shaking their heads. They're confused and angry.
Okay. So still going to attack. All right. So how can I best use my action economy, brain? Wild shape. A bonus action. Okay. What? Oh, okay. Cool. I think my best move is to go help my buddy. Where's my map? So that I can move myself. So I am with the druid down. I'm going to go ahead and walk over to Xanazar, and I'm going to do some cure wounds because I need him to be up. Where's my spells? There it is. Okay. I need to be able to take quite a bit of more damage, so I need probably a second level. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah. Okay, roll the dice, please. There it goes. Okay, so that's 17 hit points back to Xanazar. And I need to probably wild shape, where I'm probably, I don't know if that's enough to keep me from going down. It might be with my companion close. All right, I'm going to expend a use of wild shape and turn into... I don't know if I actually want to turn into anything. Because it doesn't really solve my problem. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's going to be my turn.
Okay. So let's pull it in. And we'll go to this owlbear. Let's see here. So you attempted to attack them and then nothing came of it, right?
For me?
Yeah.
No, I actually just told Xanazar.
Oh, you helped Xanazar? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Healed, not helped.
Healed. Okay, so a little confused. They were actually still attacking Zanazar, but they're essentially doing just flat rolls because of their controller being dead and them just now being in total fear mode. Because they get advantage. So that's 13 to hit Zanazar.
That is exactly what they need to hit.
And then a 21.
That, however, does not.
And then a 15.
Uh-huh.
And an 11.
11 does not.
So I need 8, 21. And then 28 total.
$14.
And we'll go to Kinley.
Right? That was the wrong direction.
So what I would like to do is take one of the fatty companion treats out of my pouch and try to coax Owlbear B to stop attacking and potentially become my friend.
Okay. So I would say give me animal handling.
Oh, this ought to be really good. A natural 1 for 4.
It roars in rage.
And then, so that's my turn. Is there something I can do, have my owlbear do to maybe help try to calm them?
I mean, I would say describe what you think your owlbear is doing. What would you try to have them do? And then we'll see from there. I think that I would have my owlbear do some sort of like non-threatening pose or action. Yeah, give me a wisdom check as they try to kind of nudge them in the right direction.
Okay, so his wisdom is a +2. For a 12.
For 12, okay. With that, it seems to oddly get out, look, and run away.
Okay, and that will be our turn.
Which one was that on the map?
Owlbear B.
Okay, so they kind of start bounding away. Then Zanazar.
Yeah, Zanazar would like to have Fluffy Beak help him try and calm this one down. Maybe Fluffy Beak is doing some sort of reassuring, like cooing noises, or sort of those owlbear noises, which is like calming and relaxing. Zanazar will go ahead and drop his weapon and take a non-threatening stance, and we'll try and just speak soothingly to it, like, it's okay. That thing made us attack you. It made you attack us. We had to defend ourselves. I was really trying not to hurt you. You're a good fluffy thing.
Perfect. Give me animal handling.
Does Fluffy's help give me advantage?
Yes. So
21.
ooh. And that one too will kind of bow its head And you see the power of your and Fluffy's bond. Fluffy Beak's bond. Move them away. And with that, you can see they seem to run and almost go, and in their running reveal part of a waterfall nearby. So they're actually going this direction. That you can see goes into a gully that can be traversed. Kind of this underground cave, behind the waterfall cave, ultimately. But for now, the combat is over.
River's going to walk over to Xanazar. How you doing, big guy?
Their sharp bits hurt a lot.
Seeing that he looks almost as beat up as as Riffer does, or actually slightly more beat up than Riffer does.
Kinley, you okay?
I'm fine.
Riffer's going to take a minute to do some Aura of Vitality action to heal us up. I'll do that on the background while you kind of continue if you want, but it'll take a minute.
All right. So as you're doing this, you find the bond growing closer to you and your companions here, a little deeper. And as such, you get a bond boon, which I'll put in handouts. What I'd like you to do is in this moment, as you are resting, just kind of describe how you're getting closer to your companion and or any RP you'd all want to do. As this is very much about getting this connection with them.
So I think for Kinley, what's probably happening is the owlbear is sitting, and she's sitting down in front of it, kind of like a kid sitting in their mother's lap type thing. And she is taking some of her fatty treats and passing them up to her owlbear.
Very nice.
I think that Xanazar is initiated a game of tag with Fluffy Bee. And so he'll run until she catches him, and then once she gets him, he'll run and try and get her. Till ultimately it probably ends in a they just fall over, and he just pets her, scritches her.
Nice. They give you a little lick and a small little bite.
I think Riffer would probably spend his time just chatting, probably sitting on a stump or something, just chatting with our Jim about what he does, how he spends his time, what he's seen recently.
Nice. Growl, and there's a bond to share. Begins to lick at you, and it's always interesting because it's warm and slightly scalds your skin when they do. It's playfully. And anything you want to say to each other?
I really don't like these guys.
Me either. I don't know why people think that they are better than other people. And because they think they're better, they have to be bullies. I think whatever we can do to help these companions to not be used and abused, we should do.
I agree. I'm a fan of the way they are. It almost feels more like enslavement rather than companionship. It doesn't seem like the kind of bond that should be occurring between them and these spirits.
I agree.
All right. In that case, you can press as a short rest here, if you so desire. And this idea of the true nature, what it's meant to be, increases your bond with these companions. You feel it in your hearts and your beings as you make your way beyond the waterfall to a vast cave glittering with power, and you feel the corrupted energies within. place your tokens. We're starting exploration here. Right around that area. Become aware that this must be where the jewel is, where the moon is meant to go. Because as you come in, the small corridor leads to this natural cathedra, carved from porous black rock. A deep rumble echoes through the cavernous space in slow but regular intervals. Dried stream beds scar the floor in a mockery of the solemn well that you had gained your companions from. A rough-hewn figure holds the jewel of sanctuary above a well of inky water. Within the jewel, amber light pulses sluggishly.
I think I might have missed it. You said it's a rough-hewn figure. Is it a statue then, or
Yeah, it seems to be
okay? So it's not moving.
correct. Holds it above the a pool, so basically right here is where this is being held. You can tell me, how would you like to proceed in this place?
Wanting to make sure we're not stepping into a trap, I think Riffer will reach down to Arjun and tell him, go take a look around. Send Arjun to go take a look, see what he can find.
Okay. Where you want to send him, you can move him around.
Really, he wants to get a good sight over that area, so I think he'll send him just right up, probably burrowing through the stone if he can. To kind of poke his head out.
Okay. So it kind of came through there. Very good. In that case, go ahead and give me a stealth check for them.
Okay. We have advantage. Thanks to several things, apparently. And a +6. So. Oh, it doesn't do any good if they're both 2s. That's 8.
Okay. As they flap, little squawk. And then an enormous, what seems to be a turtle, emerges from the pool approaches, letting out a steam burst angrily at your companion. Give me a deck save, please.
All right. Do they have any bonuses to that save? +4, nothing proficiency wise. Okay. So deck save. All right. 15 +4, 19.
Very nice. A 19. You pass. Taking half of 17 for 8 fire damage. At which point you hear the call of intruders. See a grand druid entering. Looking angry with the dark energy flowing around them. Sees all of you in a moment there. Goes, the last attempt. Tonight we will make the call and the power will be ours. As he calls out, you can see 2 others come in, not wanting this grand thing interrupted. One sec. They enter right down here. Down from some cathedral steps, it seems. So with that, I'll bring us to initiative.
Having taken more than 5 points of damage, I believe Arjem gets shoved because of Runt.
Gets what?
Gets shoved 10 feet back.
Yeah, so
Which
move them.
is just fine.
Very cool. There we go. Okay. It was not taking my renaming there for a second. Okay. Very cool. As you recognize this of being Amon, the grand design of this whole thing. We will play. So we're going to start with Riffer.
All right. Not used to being most dexterous one in the team, guys. This is weird.
Can feel Julie's pain.
Well, that's why I'm confused, because usually she's got the, I got a +8 or +11 to my dexterity thing going on, and so I'm always first, and I'm like, I don't even have good initiative bonuses. Cool. In that case, let me see what 20-foot radius looks like. Where you said there's 2 other ones? Do we see where they're coming from?
Yeah, they came from the opening. It should be on the map,
down
right?
there. I see them. Yeah, I think in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split up the fight, and I'm going to cast Spike Growth over here with my action. And then for good measure, I'll use Shillelagh to prep myself for a fight. And then moving 30 feet. Yeah, I'll move 30 feet out this way. Square. Cool. Cool. So that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to have Arjum. Let me check his range. Where's the thing I need for that? 60 feet. Yeah, that's 60 feet. Okay, so with that, Arjum's going to target Amon. And now I forgot the dice rolls I need to make. Where's the thing?
Ooh, they got some range. And what did you put in the center there?
Spike growth. So difficult terrain. And they take damage every 5 feet they travel.
Nice. Okay, and Arjun's going to attack?
Yeah. Sorry, I was rereading the spell. Cool. So +4. Ah, that's an 8.
That does not hit.
And then in that case, Arjun, I don't know if he can burrow through the rock or not. He does have a burrow speed.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Okay. In that case, he's going to burrow through the rock. He's got 40 feet of movement. He would like to be closer to Riffer. So he's going to burrow over to here and stay underground. Actually, it doesn't need to be quite that close. That's okay. That'll work. Cool. That's Arjun's turn, my turn. We're good. That's everything I got.
You got it. So then... Well... All right, we've got our druids here, see what's going on, and they themselves I'm gonna start putting out some spike growths. They're gonna go ahead and put it there. This one will do, and it'll kind of come back. While this one here will go ahead and fire 2 bursts of Verdant Wisps. Uh, 15 to hit.
Firing at Riffer, I assume.
Yes, Riffer, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, 15 hits.
And then 19.
Yep.
For 17 radiant.
Ouch.
I'm on here.
Oh, I need a Constitution saving throw, don't I?
Yeah.
Those were 2 separate hits, so I need 2 of them, right?
Yep.
Okay. I need to be above 10. That'll work. That'll work. Okay.
Very good. So. Ooh. All right. So. Just figuring out distances here real quick. That'd be a little rough. That's fine. So what they will do is cast Conjure Animals, I believe. And okay, perfect. So I'm just going to do the new one here. Okay, perfect. So a pack of spectral animals appears right near you there. So we'll do white. Actually, I was right the first time. Actually, do it right here. And yeah, they'll kind of go. Yeah, they go there. As they snarl and begin to bite at you. So that spell activates, I believe, when you if you end your turn there. Okay, perfect. I guess the pack enters. Interesting. All right, I think it just stays there for now. So that is its turn, and then we'll go to Kinley.
Okay, I'm gonna move out of this nasty stuff. Okay, why are you again not letting me pick up my character and move it? There we go.
All right,
Over
that
to-
will be 2d4 damage.
Okay.
I'll roll for 3 piercing.
Okay. And then I am going to firebolt at Druid A.
Very good.
Apparently not. I rolled a 2, so I got a 6.
Okay, goes against the wall.
And well, Jewel can't really get anywhere to make an attack. I don't think, because she doesn't have any ranged attacks, I don't think.
Can she climb down the cliff?
Yes. Because how far down the cliff is it? What, 10 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, that's about all she can do right now. Since she can't, at least not from what I can see, she can do any ranged attacks.
Okay, she climbs on down.
Yep.
Got it. Then Xanazar.
Cool. I'm gonna start with bonus action rage. And I already did all the things, so I wasn't doing it during combat. And then Xanazar would like to move by dropping here, and making his way as far as he can. So that's like 10 feet down here, right?
Yeah.
And then what's this here?
You have to try to climb back up 10 feet, I think.
Oh, is this an up? Okay.
Well,
Well-
first it would go down, then you'd have to go up out of it.
Okay. Which is fine because I actually have a climb speed
Oh, very nice.
because I took athletic feet. So that'd be, you said 10 up? So
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, because you have the climb speed, yeah.
So 30, 40 here, probably.
Sounds good. I'm not seeing a token move, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. Probably about here.
Sounds-
Down 10, up 10.
Yeah, that looks about right.
I will go ahead and aim. Hunt the ruler. Cool. I'm gonna throw a javelin at that person. Druid A.
Let's go.
Oh,
Oh. Clangs against the stone floor.
so I will try throwing another one. Is that 14 to hit?
14 hits.
Shoot. That is 7 damage.
Very nice.
And then
Their gut.
since I chose Cloud Dancer, Fluffy Beak has a fly speed of 30. I think she should be able to get next to me. I apparently don't know how to use the ruler. Land right there behind me.
Okay.
And then that'll be my turn.
All right, speaking of which, you did notice that the dragon turtlet here seems to also be a cloud dancer and flew over here.
Copycat.
Eman's bonded creature. Very good. As all this is going on, we'll go back up to Riffer.
So that dragon turtle thing is in the air then.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that significantly affects the usefulness of my plan. Cool. All right.
Yeah. He has Cloud Genser too.
All right. In that case, I'm going to do what I was planning to do because it still works and still gets me out of the worst danger. So I'm going to go ahead and use Misty Step as my bonus action. And poof, 30 feet over this way. I'm going to use my movement to get right up against, in fact, actually, I'll come over to this side of Druid A. And I'm going to try and bop Druid A with a Shillelagh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just FYI, Druid A has 10 feet of slow because I have mastery of javelins.
Okay.
In other words, it reduces its speed.
Okay, well, that's a 10 to hit, which I'm guessing does not hit.
Correct.
This is most unfortunate. Cool. Arjun has 40 feet of movement. So he's going to follow 40 feet toward me. Actually, not quite 40 feet because
And they're flying too, I'm assuming.
they're actually burrowed, so they'll
Oh,
poke
yeah,
their head up.
Sounds good.
They'll poke their head up just. Yeah, they'll poke their head up just beyond that circle. Because that's all the movement they got is to get to there and then poke their head up. And then they are going to go ahead and make a ranged attack. Who do you want to attack? What is most helpful for you to attack? Probably the turtle, if I'm honest. Yeah. So I'm going to have him attack the turtle. Where's the stat block? There's okay. +6 to hit. 11 plus 6 is a 17 to hit.
It hits.
Cool. 1d6 plus 4. So that's 1 plus 4 is 5 piercing damage. And oh, actually, no, that's wrong. It's just 2d6. So it's 1 plus 2 for 3 piercing damage.
Nice.
No, 3 fire damage. That's I'll read this correctly one day. 3 fire damage, and I need a DC 12 dexterity saving throw.
Very good. It's going to be 19.
Cool. Well, that will save. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And he doesn't have enough movement to dip back down, so he's just going to stay put.
Okay. So. All right, we've got our druids here. And keep that up, I guess. So they're gonna, I guess, come here and provide some flanking. Same point. Yeah, they're gonna go ahead. To make another spike growth. Right there. And that would be will attack. With a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Right. That is a 10 bludgeoning and 3 poison. Taking their vine staff, they take a second one, only for an 8.
Yeah, that'll miss.
Right. And Iman here. So 30 feet. So they're actually going to come in this direction. Try to see what they can do. Now, when they move, they're allowed to make this move, and they'll bring it over. Actually, they'll bring it right here, which causes them to be able to strike out with people within 10 feet. So that'll be Xanazar and Riffer as the spectral wolves flash out. And that will be dex saves, please.
That was 4.
And what about Xanazar? You muted Bobby.
That's a 13. Sorry.
Okay. Very good. So let's see here. DC is DC 15. So both of you fail for 22 force damage.
So the exact number
damage
you
I'm not
needed.
immune to.
Actually, I'm sorry. It's slashing.
Oh, okay.
I double checked.
Oh.
I said it.
That is critically important because slashing means I'm not down.
Yeah. The guy said it. I was like, let's double check what I think this is.
Because that happens to be the type of damage immunity I decided to take with Earth Rooted.
Here we go. All right. And not much they can do. So they've got that up. Well, there's nothing they can do. So what we'll do is a 40-foot high, 5-foot radius cylinder now lights up. So I guess I will put it on there. And it lights up right over Xanazar and Fluffy Beak. As they conjure, it seems, this wicked energy that you feel throughout this place. It encapsulates the two of you. And you see your bonds, like in lines, glow red. And now until the end of Iman's next turn, when one of you takes damage, you both take damage. So he perverts the bond between you. With that, Kinley.
You're going to unmute yourself?
I am going to attempt Firebolt on Iman there.
Ooh, very nice.
Wow.
Oh!
I'm apparently just going to sit around and do nothing.
you. Does the damage just increase on Firebolt, or is it 2 attacks?
It's an
It's a
attack.
damage.
Does the damage increase?
The damage goes up at 5, yeah. So
Oh.
the only one that gets more attacks, I think, is Eldritch Blast. It's unique in that sense. All right.
Okay. And well, really? Why do you keep doing that? There we go. I can't really see how far she is, but she should have enough movement speed, and I know she's gonna take damage to get to here.
It is difficult terrain.
Oh, then she probably doesn't.
What's her total movement?
40.
Yeah, 20 can just get her out.
Okay.
So that's 2d4. So that's 8d4 damage that she'll take. For a total of 20 piercing.
Okay. And then that's the only thing that she can do. Wow. Is once per day, I think it is. Hold on. Where was it? Because she is moon touched. Once per day, she can cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
I actually had that up at one point. Hold on. And that's 120 feet, so range spell attack. I don't know what her range is.
Let's make it yours.
Okay.
It'll reach.
Okay. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 120 feet. I'm sorry. I didn't mean I didn't know what her bonus was.
Yeah, it would make you just do it your spell attack.
Okay. That'll work then. Wow. Neither one of us are gonna do anything.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that is our turn.
Gotcha.
I'm not helping.
It's okay. We're all struggling today.
Yeah, but so far I haven't been able to roll really above a 2 on an attack.
And then Xanazar.
Questions. If Fluffy Beak flies, does she take damage?
Nope.
Cool.
That's where that cloud comes in.
I would like to move her here next to Druid A. Then I'm going to take some damage. I think I moved 15. So that I actually want to be behind Druid A.
Right, that'll be 17 piercing.
8. Then I think I have advantage. gonna pull my glaive. And I'm going to attack it.
All right.
18 to hit.
That hits.
7.
Nice.
Oh. Wait, I have advantage. 16 to hit.
That hits.
For 16 damage.
Nice.
And then with going to have Fluffy Beak do some attack.
Very cool.
Do some claw attack, it looks like. I don't see multi.
Everyone likes my sound effects.
I thought that was actually thunder. So.
It is actually thunder.
I was like, what? So that is a 7 to hit. That's also mine. So I'm just gonna roll this. We'll pretend it's a claw attack. 21.
That hits.
2. 14.
Ooh, how do you want to kill him?
I think that Fluffy Beak just like punctures through their throat. She's not happy.
Very good.
That shall be my turn.
Yeah, incidentally, remember to give that damage to Fluffy Beak. Because you two were linked. When you got that 19 from the... Or 17 from piercing. It ought to be what you took, so what the reduced damage was. Because of that sickly red they put on you.
Yeah. I just have a question real quick. So we were supposed to take a bonded boon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was going to take damage transfer. So can I just take that damage myself?
Yes, you could take that additional.
Okay. I'll take the other 8. Okay. Cool.
All right. That they will fly.
Oh, so I take half of it and negate the rest. So it'd only be 4.
Okay.
Cool.
This one will fly over 30. And do a little 15-foot breath weapon. So get Jewel, Fluffy Beak, and Xanazar. Con saves.
Hmm. 7 for Xanazar. Um,
12 for Jewel.
22 for Fluffy Beak.
Okay. 12 and 22 succeed. So that is 18 raw fire for the fail, and then 9 So how that works for you. The links and not as it breathes the mist. And with that, I think we're going to come to the end tonight. I think in this epic battle, I love everything was doing a lot of strategy there. And you get to experiment with these people.
Yeah, I was trying to hit the people that had concentration spells, and I couldn't do a thing.
Yeah, there's just some really crazy dice that just did not make things
The
work.
dice are not cooperating today.
Yeah, like that was like this should have this really should have gotten farther. There's a lot of misses. It just was one of those like it's
Look,
hard.
this all started because my companion that has advantage and a +6 rolled 2 2s with the advantage. It didn't
Yeah.
work so well.
And I've been
Yeah.
through this whole combat here. I've been rolling 2s.
Yeah, like that crazy failed stealth and the positioning, and it just made this a lot longer and harder than I thought it like than I think is normal. So, but yeah, that's D&D. So
Yep.
we will end it here.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.